Why, hello there. It seems like you have a very chronic case of brain rot in your cranium. We're going to be just diving in a little bit just to see how advanced this infection might have become or not become. What was that? You don't understand my dialect? Fam, you've got an alpha level of brain rot. Absolutely decimating. Absolutely rotting your brain. Your mom didn't love you enough to keep you away from the iPad, and now your fondest memory might be associated with a man's head in a toilet. Let me rephrase. Your mom's gyat was the best thing about her motherhood. So now, actually, that might have been where her motherhood began and ended, fam. We're going to just analyze where exactly this brain rot is located in your cranium. I'm going to draw a little graph of your brain real quick, fam. How old are you? Oh, wow. Fam, let's just say many parts of your brain haven't even developed enough for you to have access to this level of information, let alone gutter information. What was that? Come here. Do you and your friends identify yourselves by Greek concepts, alpha, beta, and sigma? Is there an omega? Fam, you're using that alphabet and you're not familiar with omega? Okay. So this information that you're learning doesn't even have depth to it. Let's just say that this entire space in your brain is a waste. We're gonna just mark this off as being just a foreign eye inhabiting that of your brain. It's like someone else has planted these thoughts inside your head and is now watching you deteriorate from the inside. You'll never escape the fact that nostalgia for you will mean the most intellectually stunted material. Tell me, can you identify this color for me? This color right here. Nah, fam. Can you identify this color for me, fam? No. It's not the McFlurry. We're frankly gonna have to just examine your skull real quick. It is growing smaller. The human skull is decreasing generation by generation. Fam, do you happen to possess any concept, perhaps, of an attention span? This is vitally important. If someone can shorten your attention span, do I need to play Subway Surfers for you to pay attention to your doctor's medical advice? Here. Fam, if you don't possess an attention span, do you understand how easily programmable you are to the system? That means anyone can basically use your short-term attention span to influence your emotions. Anything that doesn't provide short-term pleasure or gratification will automatically feel unpleasant and you'll push it away. This can involve elements like uncomfortable truths, which means that the future of WALL-E, no, it's not a vintage Disney classic. This is pretty modern of a movie. It came out like 10 years ago. It might be closer to your future than previously estimated or expected. Now, I'm going to just be looking at your brain real quick. I'm going to just click here and click there and click here and click there. How much time would you say you spend playing Among Us? Does that promote a sort of immediate sense of happiness inside of your system to think of Among Us? Have you ever thought of creating like a lore, a mythos behind each colored character? Right. I'm gonna need you to just look into the light. I'm gonna need you just to follow the light for me. I just need to make sure that your attention span is keeping up here. This isn't even a matter of a generational gap. You are basically the end product of a new system in which people are teetering over a society much like idiocracy. Do you think that Gatorade or Monster should be supplied in every watering fountain, at school, or in public buildings? Okay. I'm going to mark right now where it is that we're going to lobotomize you. This portion of your brain must be taken out in order to prevent further rotting. When you think about e-girls, do you feel like that's a staple within modern society, something that cannot be lived without? Yeah, the brain rot is severe. Do you have any ambitions outside of yourself, perhaps? Anything greater to claim? Some nobility? What is that? L's in the chat. Ah, that's interesting. Okay. So, basically what we're going to do is I'm going to put a needle through your eye, right there, through the eyelid. I'm going to just put a needle right through your eye socket. And as it's going through your eye socket, we will then begin to detach this eye, this vision from your mind, so that way it can no longer predict your activity and your nervous system into becoming this obedient, short-minded fool. Now, what was that? No, this is a medical procedure. Could you take it a little more seriously? Just a little more seriously is all I'm asking. W's in the chat is not an appropriate response to a medically necessary lobotomy. So, I am going to just put a little mark right there for when we're going to incise. And before I do, I just need you to tell me if you can feel how sharp this is real quick. Did you feel how sharp that was? You couldn't feel it? You don't really feel a lot anymore? Have you ever felt anything? You only feel a sense of extreme irritation over not getting what you want, or extreme pleasure over getting short-term gratification, but otherwise it's just complete numbness. Do you ever really absorb your surroundings and experience the full senses that are really intrinsic with your innate within your system, like associating smells with deeper memories? No, you're pretty much numb and irritable unless you're receiving pleasure. Tell me, can you feel this? I just scratched your face and you didn't respond, okay? Do you feel this? I just scratched your face again deeper and it didn't respond. Okay, I'm gonna come closer to your eye, okay? Can you feel that? No. Okay, fam, we're just gonna do a quick little lobotomy, but before we do, I'm just gonna take your pulse just to make sure that you're in good condition or in good health. I'm just gonna take a little check of your heart, right? Okay, so just stay still for me. I'm just gonna check your heart and I'm gonna hear what its beat is basically going at, okay? Just skippity toilet, skippity toilet, skippity toilet, skippity toilet, skippity toilet. Your heart rate got a little too excited every time I said skippity toilet. It was almost like there was a jump for joy. Okay. What was that? No, you cannot pay for this medical procedure in V-Bucks. This is almost the need. This is almost an answer to our decline as a society. This is the answer to our salvation. I'm not charging for this. I borderline am begging you to get a lobotomy for your own sake. So that way we could actually have generations of thinkers that might build society up rather than selling it to a digital, illusory landscape owned by curious beings. I'm just going to line up the needle real quick. This will be a very quick process, and I want you to make sure that you're, feeling 100% safe and secure. You probably won't feel it. There we go. Just a quick little crack, crack, crack. Okay. And now I'm just going to disconnect the connections, allowing your brain rot to fester so that way it dies on its own. Okay, good. Okay. And that's it. It was very quick, right? What was that? You don't know what the meaning of your life has been for the past 10 years? Oh, you're gonna have to wrestle with a lot of existential questions, but that's where a lot of your depth can come from, a lot of your answers, really. So I would highly suggest staying away from degenerate content from now on out, from here on out. Anything that produces short-term gratification, most importantly, and especially anything that has to do with popular social media trends or anything that doesn't sound remotely like English, especially if you find it on certain websites that have very sound-based intros, like basically anything owned by foreign agents. So I'm just going to take your heartbeat real quick. Skippity toilet, skippity toilet, skippity toilet. Your heartbeat is not at all racing anymore. It seems like things are starting to balance out a bit more. How do you feel about white boy summer? You just want to honor your ancestors. Okay, that's a more profound answer. How do you feel about perms? Yeah, you just want to make sure that your hair is natural and just taken care of. While you're busy focusing on things that actually matter. Wow, we're reaching a level of profoundness that I thought quite advanced for someone at this level right now. We're going to schedule real quick the follow-up appointment. We're going to be surgically removing your brain rot from your head. This will be a physical structure that we are removing from your brain. It is pretty much not fixable. You can't do anything with it. We'll schedule that for a week from today. And until then, do you have any further questions? Nothing at all? Perfect. Well, in that case, please don't hesitate to message my office. We will be curing you.